Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Hope you guys are doing well today. Today is Wednesday, September 28th. We got a great show lined up for you guys today, and I hope you guys are out doing what you're doing today. Enjoying a beautiful day, beautiful fall day. A couple more days, and October is here. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, or give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show, folks. Got a great guest on today, folks, and hopefully we'll get him on soon. For all you John Bon Jovi fans out there, that's right. My good friend, longtime friend, Nick Koklanis is going to be on, folks, and he plays, of course, the John Bon Jovi part with his band, The Ultimate Bon Jovi. He was also in a band called Paradox back in the 80s and 90s. So we're going to have Nick on very shortly. But in the meantime, folks, let's get down to some business here. Let's thank our sponsors, folks, of course. Roy McCampbell, lawyer group, Roy McCampbell, attorney at law, statewide law practice that is client-focused and results-driven. Happy birthday to Roy McCampbell today. If you're looking for a good lawyer, it's Roy's birthday. So check out Roy at 708-275-4264. Let's not forget my wife's company at Laura Ocean Solutions. That's right, folks. Solutions increasing profits while reducing credit card fees. That's Laura Ocean Solutions. Deutsch Power Center, right out of the Great Lakes, servicing the construction and diesel industry in the Chicagoland area for the last 100 years. Let's call Sal at 224-275-6550, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget our good buddies from Don Esteban Cigars. Javier will hand roll those cigars. I hope he's doing well up in Florida. We'll talk more about Florida from Tarpon Springs. Hand roll cigars delivered right to your home, 727-366-7536. Everybody, let's not forget our good buddy Lou from Airtight Windows. That's Airtight Windows in Berwyn, Illinois. Siding and specialist, family owned for 30 years for honesty and quality. Do it right with Airtight Windows. Call Lou at 708-788-8000, ladies and gentlemen, and get those windows done before the weather turns. It's going to get cold, hopefully. I think this year it's going to get a little bit cold, and that's the time to change for the windows, folks. Trico Hair Experts, recreating great hair days. Carmela and Anthony out of Rosemont, Illinois. 773-999-7888, not just for men, women, and children. That's Trico Hair Experts. You can see the show on the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page like you're watching it now. You can see it on the Mo Carrara page, folks. Don't forget to check us out also on YouTube. You can check us out on Twitter. And let's not forget now, folks, you can watch us now every day at 12 o'clock on LinkedIn. So all those social media outlets you can see and watch the show. I hope you're ready for a good show today. So let's go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. And now, your host, Mr. Tony Ocean.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things, Wednesday, September 28th. I hope you guys are doing great, and we got a good show lined up for you guys today. It is Wednesday, the 28th of September, and let's say hello to some people here. We got Tony Toto. What's up, my brother? Joanne, Pina, Robin. Hello, Mo. Listening to Las Vegas Airport, heading home and hoping to see you tonight at Rosario's. Thank you, Robin. Look forward to hopefully seeing you too. Christina Ann, welcome to Ocean's Pit. Albert, Kathy Ippolito, Mary, how you doing? Joanne, Dick, St. Louis Cardinals clinched the National League Central Division. Yes, and so did my New York Yankees clinch the AL East, baby. AL East, watch out the Yankees. So Dick saying, could be Yankees and Cardinals. You never know. So hello, my good buddy Dick saying. Richard Hamlin, I hope you're doing well, my friend. And I hope you guys are having a good day. A lot of good stuff. We're waiting for our guest to come on. His name is Nick Koklanis, folks, and he is the man who plays Bon Jovi in the ultimate John Bon Jovi tribute band, and he's going to be our guest today. And while we're waiting for him to come on, let's talk about some stuff. First of all, our prayers need to be concentrated and sent to our good friends in Florida, ladies and gentlemen. Horrible Hurricane Ian is on its way there, folks. Almost 155 miles an hour winds in the Venice, Florida area. Our prayers go out. I've reached out to most of my friends out in Florida, and I pray that everything's going to be okay out there. You never know. It's the worst. That's the horrible thing about Florida. It's so beautiful, and you can enjoy, and it's paradise. But when things like this happen, and sometimes you have to, you pay a certain more price to get sandbags and to board up your home, and then sometimes you even have to leave the state. I don't know. Sometimes it's just a little scary. Hi, Mo. I'm still in Chicago until Monday. Please pray for our apartment in Naples, Florida. My wife is sad that we put so much money in that apartment. Let's pray. Yeah, and that's what I was just saying, Emo. I do pray for all our friends in Florida, and I hope for your apartment as well. But it seems like I'm saying to people that are out there, and it is paradise. I've been out there. It's beautiful. General, how you doing, sir? It is wonderful out there, but it's times like this, you're paying more money. You have to get the sandbags. You got to board up your home. You have to leave sometimes. It's got to be horror. It's got to be gut-wrenching to sometimes everything just like that could be gone. So our prayers Florida is used to these kind of hurricanes. It happens all the time out there. But our prayers go out to everyone out in the Florida area. Please pray and hope it's not so. Let's hope that the damage is not that much, and let's just hope they get past it. Carol Minotti, how you doing, my dear friend? I hope you're well. So our prayers again to everybody in Florida. It happens every year, Richard. It really does. So it makes you sometimes reconsider moving there. I don't know. To be honest with you, if I had to go through that every year, I would have to say I would rather just take the coal and shovel the snow. That's just me. But our prayers go out to those people in the Florida area. So let's pray. Please, let's pray. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget our next live remote is going to happen Thursday, October 13th at Moretti's in Hoffman Estates. Me and my lovely co-host, Laura Ocean, which will be my co-host again tomorrow because that's Thursdays. We'll be doing a live remote, and our guest that day on the 13th is going to be CEO of A La Carte Entertainment, which owns all the Moretti's and the Finn McCool's and et cetera, the drink and other places as well. It's going to be Freddie Hoffman's going to be our guest. And we're giving away free pizza that day, folks. Not to go, but people who come and sit and watch Ocean Spit, they'll be giving away free pizza that day. Ocean Spit, live remote, 12 o'clock noon, October 13th, Thursday. See, me and my wife, Laura Ocean, come there and be part of the live audience. It's going to be a lot of fun, October 13th. And Kathy Eppolito will be in town, coming in from Santa Barbara, California. She's coming in. So you just wouldn't have to come over just to say hello to Kathy, because some people might know her. She used to be from Chicago, but some people know her, recognize her from the show. So it's going to be good to have Kathy over there, folks, as well. Don't forget, next Friday we'll be at Are We Live in Burr Ridge. Next Wednesday, October 5th, we'll be at Are We Live in Burr Ridge. Daryl Armenstad and Lisa P. On the 6th, returning to Zaza's in Lake Barrington, October 6th. October 8th, we'll be at Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy on the 8th with the main event band. It's going to be Tony Toto, Jerry Jams Renda, John Troncalli. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're hoping for a great show. Now, we got our guest coming on very shortly, folks. This is Ocean Spit, little show about big things, and we're excited because the New York Yankees have won the American League East, baby, and I'm so excited for the Yankees. Aaron Judge, ladies and gentlemen, they walked him 6 times. They walked Aaron Judge 6 times. They don't want him to. They've already got the record with Roger Maris at 61 home runs in one season. It's unbelievable. and it's going to be a great series no matter what it is. All right, folks, Ocean Rat Pack shows are going to be coming up. We got 2 in the month of October, folks. First, let's go to Sunday, October 9th. Ocean's Rat Pack will be at the Lyric Theater in beautiful Blue Island, Illinois, for all my friends from the south side of Chicago. The Lyric Theater is at 12952 Western Avenue in Blue Island, folks. Now, you can get your tickets at www.lyrictheater.com. 4:30, the doors open. 5 o'clock is dinner. 6 to 7:30 is Ocean's Rat Pack. Bill Saratella, Elliot Wimbush, yours truly, Jerry Jams. Or you can also call for tickets at 773-594-0398. Now, so check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's Sunday, October 9th. And everybody on the north side, over in the Wisconsin border area, folks, October 15th will be at the Wyndham Hotel in Kenosha, folks. Now, that's another Ocean's Rat Pack show. That's a Saturday night, on Saturday, October 15th. Show starts at 7:30. $10 in advance, $12 at the door, and you can see the Ocean's Rat Pack, which we're excited about that. We got a busy week, folks. As we've been saying, we've been very fortunate to be working 5 nights a week now for how long? And I'm so blessed and excited for that. Tonight we'll be at Rosario's with Carlo Joseph in Roselle. Tomorrow we will be at Moretti's in Edison Park. The last of the summer concerts will be tomorrow night, Moretti's in Edison Park with Jerry Jams. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse, 8 o'clock in Schaumburg. Saturday, 2 shows. We'll be at the Broken Oar with my new rock band, Mojo's Jukebox, from 2 to 6. And then we'll be at Lucky Lulu's in McHenry, Prairie Grove, about 8 p.m. And then we're leaving, going out of town camping for the next couple days. After that, we leave on Sunday. Today is Happy National Sons Day. So I want to say Happy National Sons Day to our 2 sons, Joey and Tony. Happy National Sons Day. Very, very cool. All right, Columbus Day, right around the corner for all my Italian-American friends. We're on our own Tony Ocean float on State Street, that great street, Monday, October 10th. And we're excited, man. Last year, the scoop was that Ron Onesti was going to have the statue, the Columbus statue that our mayor, of course, Lightfoot took away in the middle of the night, snatched it like a thief in the middle of the night. And then, of course, Ron did be able to bring the statue back, not, of course, to the original place, but he did bring it to the Casa Italiana and unveiled it for everybody. And all the news channels were there to see the statue. And hopefully we can get it back to where it belongs. But Columbus Day is going to be very important this year, Columbus Day, because it is supporting Italian Americans, and we're very excited to be part of it this year on our own float, covered by WGN, Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 2. It's going to be covered by a lot of great Stevie stations. So the Main Event Band will be playing on the float as well, and we'll be making more announcements of that as it going on. Again, folks, you know that I've been nominated. This show has been nominated for the Josie Awards coming in Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to be there at the Grand Ole Opry on October 23rd. Ocean's Pit was nominated. Again, I'm humbled and honored to even have that. Just to be nominated, folks. I mean, who would think that I'd be at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee, folks? To learn more about the Josie Awards, the 8th annual Josie Awards. Josie Awards, ladies and gentlemen, is the #1 independent award show. So it's everybody who's songwriters, musicians, photographers, artists, media, all that kind of stuff. So also my good wish a lot of luck to the other people from Chicago that's going to be there. Jim Monahan, our friend, is for songwriter. Nick Sahajas for songwriter, along with a performer, Ronnie B. Elvis also. So I'll be proud to be part of that group. And who knows, maybe I'll bring the gold home. We'll see. But we're going to have Tina and Josie on the show sometime next week talking about the Josie Awards. We're excited. Thank you, Roseanne. I hope you're doing well. After Lightfoot hopefully loses her bid for mayor, then the question of the statue will return. I don't think we'll have any question about bringing back that statue, Albert, once our mayor is gone right now in Chicago. Our mayor needs to go. Needs to go. It's that simple. But we're going to not talk more about that. I have a friend of ours, folks, been rocking and rolling for many, many years, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the 80s, he was in a big rock band called Paradox, for all you heavy metal fans out there. And they were around for a long time. And, of course, they were a great band. And then right now, our good friend Nick Kalanis, folks, is being very, very busy with the ultimate Bon Jovi tribute for all you Bon Jovi fans. Animal Magnetism tribute to the Scorps. I think he's also in Rock Bottom, if I got that right. Another UFO band that he went. All great rock bands from the 70s and 80s. Great rock and roll music that we did grow up. So without any further ado, let's bring up Nick. Nick, how you doing, sir?
Good.
How
To see
you doing,
you,
buddy? Let me ask you something. Where are you at?
over here.
Yes, I know that, but where are you at? Arizona, Hawaii? Where are you at?
Yeah, I was kidding. I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Scottsdale, Arizona. All right, Nick, how you doing out there? Everything good?
Things are great, man. Thanks for having me on. I got to tell you, where's Mayor Daley when you need him, right?
Yeah, where's Mayor Daley? Yes, absolutely, Nick. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start before we get into all the music stuff and other stuff that you do. Where were you born, buddy?
I was born there in Chicago.
Okay.
St. Luke's. Yeah.
You have a big. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I just got back from Chicago about a month ago. My son, I took him to where we grew up, where I grew up, and took him past the Thirsty Whale, which is not there anymore, and all the spots, man. So it was a good trip. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. How you have a big family, Nick?
I have my son, and now I have a granddaughter.
Very, very cool. Now, when you were growing up, was there someone who influenced you to become an entertainer? Was someone in the family? Who was the first person you see and goes, man, I want to do this?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, my sisters were older, so they were Beatle fans, and my oldest sister got into a lot of Carly Simon and, all the 70s and 60s musicians. But her boyfriend, Jim, who was my brother-in-law, he used to come over and play acoustic, and he had a great voice. He was in a band, and they used to rehearse where the Buckinghams rehearsed.
Oh,
so that was my first influence.
Yeah. Very, very cool. So growing up, man, I mean, did you have support from your family when they said, hey, this is what I'd like to try to do? Because at one time, we all tried to do it for a living. And I had to change my music to do it for a living. 30 years now I've been doing full time as Tony Ocean. But how was it when you were first starting out?
My dad says, you're not going to be Elvis Presley, right? That was his thing always. You're not going to be Elvis Presley. And it just was one of those things that I just loved it. I met, John Dobbs and all my friends that are friends. Actually, he's going to be the guitar player in the Scorpions now. It just happened. I just loved music. I went from the Monkees to the Beatles to the British Invasion to Chicago, and then I heard UFO for the first time, and I heard what a guitar player, that influenced me from there, listening to his tone and the song. So that was it. It just kept going.
Yeah. How long were you in Paradox? I mean, Paradox is a pretty big band in the Chicagoland area for many years.
Yeah, I was in for maybe a year the first time, and then I left the band, and then I got back. John asked me to join, and I was in the band for another couple years, and then I left, and I moved out here, and I was out of music for a while because I started a martial arts studio.
Yes.
And I just missed it. So I started going to open mics, and going to open mics, I really couldn't play guitar, right? I mean, I was a rock guitar player, so I had to sing. And I really couldn't sing, really. I had no range. And I joined a couple of variety bands. And then I was like, my girlfriend at the time says, dude, you look like Bon Jovi. Why don't you sing Bon Jovi? And I couldn't. We were tuned down a step and a half when I first started. And then I just got into lessons. And fortunately, my voice got a little higher. And that's where I'm at.
And that's where you're at. Now, what's the difference, Nick, between playing in Chicago and playing in Arizona?
I miss Chicago, bro. I miss that scene back growing up in the 80s with you and all the bands, Hammer On and all them. That was, priceless moments of our life, right?
Sure. That's never going to come back again. Right, exactly.
I don't see it, but here there's not a big music scene. And it kind of, well, I always say, when am I going to be playing at the VFW hall, right? The music, the people are changing recently. Like my son now is 24. I mean, he grew up on Scorpions and all my music, and he introduced Avenged Sevenfold and a lot of his music to me. But it just seemed like something for me. I don't know where it's going. There's nothing here. There's a few clubs, and that's about it.
And that's it. But then it's kind of a big deal, though, when they have live music. Then, right? I mean, since there's not that much going on, when you guys do play, it's gotta bring out a lot of people, I would think, right?
Well, yeah. So I was gonna, yeah. So there are the clubs. There's the casinos that are big out here in the valley. So yeah, when we play, we have a lot of people. It's more of an event. 4th of July, there was 25,000 people at the show we played.
See,
And like that was the first time. I don't know if you've ever hit that 25,000. Just being a tribute band, I've never seen anything like it. It was just like, God, I would love to do that every weekend, right? So
sure.
yeah, not to knock the Arizona venues, but yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll come back. I mean, I know these certain guys are trying to open up a venue for bands to play that are tributes, especially.
Sure. Well, you know what? The tribute acts are huge all over the country. I mean, they're making some big coin. I mean, the ABBA bands, and they got the Journey bands, and they got, it's all over the place. And which is very good because, it just goes to show you that the new music these days, it's just not holding up. I mean, I'm going to be 60 this year. I'll be 60 in December. It's got to be to the point where we're always going back to what we grew up with. I mean, it's huge, right?
Yeah. And it's great because you get, like, I go to see tribute bands all the time.
Sure.
And you get to hear the music, man. I mean, and every tribute band, they bring something of their own part to it, right? Like I don't sound like another Bon Jovi, and that's what's great. Yeah, so that will always remain. Beatle tributes, like you said, Journey, Zeppelin, our singer of the Scorpions in the Zeppelin tribute. And what I love about it too is I don't have to be out there for 4 sets, right? We do a 90-minute set, and you get treated nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Bon Jovi, obviously, because you look like him, is that why you wanted to get into it, or were you always a Bon Jovi fan?
Well, this is kind of ironic. So I got into Bon Jovi. My girlfriend liked them, right? And back in the day, I was Scorpions, Maiden, Priest. So Bon Jovi kind of at the first to me was like glam rock. And I mean, I love glam rock, but it wasn't my thing.
Sure.
I went to go see Bon Jovi, and I was like, oh my God, these guys. Richie was, John and Richie, right? The band, the songs. So I started getting into listening to more of the Jovi records. And man, dude, I was having dreams that I was meeting them. And I was like, why by Bon Jovi, right? Constantly. I was at parties with him and Richie and talking. And not shortly after that is when somebody said, man, you look like Bon Jovi, especially 12, 13 years ago when he had this, the Crush look. I would go into bars and people would be like, man, are you John? And I'd take my glasses off and say, do I look like
Right. So, and it kind of helped because when you're a tribute act, and there's a lot of tribute acts there who try to look just like him. I've seen pictures of the ultimate Bon Jovi, and you guys try to get him down really cool. Even your Richie with the hat and all that, the guy who plays Richie Sambora, which is great. And then there's other acts out there who don't look like him at all and still going out, and they're still drawing as well. Bon Jovi, you think about when they first came out, he got a lot of shit for the whole hairband thing. But you know what? They did have and still do have great songs. You can't deny their talent. It's a tough kid from New Jersey, busted his butt, sweeping floors. He gets a deal with the first record, which She Don't Know Me, I think, or whatever, Runaway. And he didn't even have a band, I heard, when he first got his record deal. And then he put these guys together, and he's done so much. Now he's doing a lot of country stuff as well. I mean, it's still huge. What's the action? What's the audience response when you guys are out there?
Well, what happened was, like, it's interesting you say that because we had all these good musicians wanted to join the band because they saw me and I started, it was pretty good, right? And none of them could do it. Like our bass player, who's really good now, he started playing that stuff. He's going, wait a minute, man, this is. I couldn't find a guitar player. So Tristan, the one you see with the hat, that's my kid. So he was 14 years old and he took classical lessons and he saw my frustration, like couldn't get a guitar player. One day he came to rehearsal and I kind of laughed. I go, come on, Tristan, you're 14. You can't play stuff. But these kids now, like they're way above me and a lot of musicians. They have tabs and they just, evolved.
Yeah, so, absolutely. Much different than when we were growing up. Much different.
Record, right?
Absolutely. 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 Do you have a favorite? Have you seen Bon Jovi live?
Oh, many times, man. Yeah.
Many times, yeah. He's got some good stuff. He's still going on. I don't know if him and Richie still together.
Nah, that's when it just kind of ended for me because it was Richie and John together. I heard though they might do an album together again.
Do something else together as well. You know what? Like I said, do you have a favorite song that gets the most reaction when you play? Besides, I'm out living on a prayer and all that, but what gets the most reaction?
I have a friend over here. What's your
God.
favorite song?
Born to be my baby.
So hers is "Born to Be My Baby." I love that one because being up there with my son, his solos. So like that makes the song really special to me. But I like "It's My Life." I mean, when we play
Sure.
that, it's
People
the
go
end of the,
nuts.
yeah, "Runaway," of course. Bad
Absolutely.
Name. But for me,
Um,
anything
yeah, of course. And yeah, it's fantastic stuff with Bon Jovi. You really got to love him and for what he's doing. Now, I also noticed in stuff Animal Magnetism. Now you're doing Scorps too as well, right?
yeah, yeah. So
Now there's a big difference in singing Klaus and there is John, right?
yeah. Well, I can't sing Klaus. We have a singer for that. I play guitar in that.
Play guitar for that. Okay, yeah, very cool. And it's another great band that's still out there and still selling and still I mean, another band that never really got their due is UFO. You did talk about UFO, and they really never really got they're not up there. I mean, they should be because Phil Moog was great and Shanker, of course, at the time, and they were just a great band. They had some great songs as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Tom. Yeah, they paved the way, right? I mean, that sound of UFO just kind of brought Scorpions. I mean, if you listen to Michael's interview, Scorpions were back, in Germany, and Michael was the one that was able to get them, and he joined the band and helped them out to get them off. What was it, Love Drive? I think that album.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, UFO. Even the UFO tribute, it just didn't go. We couldn't get enough musicians that really grew up on it, right? So
sure, or understood it. I mean, they only heard of Lights Out, maybe Rock Bottom, Too Hot to Handle. I mean, they had some great songs. But let's talk about something else that you did. This Tai Chi thing, am I pronouncing that right? That is pretty. Have you always been into that?
Yeah. Actually, I was about 19, and I was actually when I moved, we went that whole route. I was living around Western Montrose. And then my family moved. I was in 8th grade. We moved to Portage Park area. So I would always take a bus, and there was this Tai Chi, Tuan, a black storefront. It happened to be one of the students of my Tai Chi master, Master Liao. And for some reason, it just made sense to me from all levels, from a physical level, a mental level, and a spiritual level, because moving slow and breathing and understanding that we are connected to something bigger, be God, the Tao, and then we have a part of that in us. And as people, this is why I got into it. As people, we're in this big artificial world, and everything is man-made, and everything that we touch, be it a cell phone, kind of dwindles and drains our energy, and that's our life force energy, as you can compare it to like a candle burning down. So for Tai Chi, it restores your energy back to more of a pure state, or going the opposite way we're headed, which is the Lao Tzu said, we're becoming stiff and rigid through old age. That's why we get, stiff.
Sure.
So Tai Chi keeps you soft, right? So
is there a big difference between that and yoga? Is it almost sort of the same thing?
Yoga is wonderful. It is kind of going on the same path. Yoga is to bring body unity, and yoga and Tai Chi wants us to get back to our original child state, flexibility. We're not judgmental on all those levels. The difference that I've learned, because I've done yoga, and I still practice yoga, Tai Chi is specific to moving and meditating, right? So I recommend it to everybody.
And now you have a lot of, so the kids, the younger generation are jumping on this. You see more men or women, and because I know you're a student, you also teach. So what do you see coming in?
Well, people are they're influenced by media, and I've noticed I've had the studio now since '95, and it's kind of like a road show comes in, like whatever's big at that moment in the media, like Tae Bo, right? Billy. Everybody wanted to do Tae Bo.
Right, sure. You
know,
bought
right?
his tapes. You bought his tapes, right? Everybody bought
Yeah.
the tapes, right.
So the big thing now is MMA, right? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. My son, he's been, had a great career. He still has a great career. He's learned everything from me, right? He's done Tai Chi, he's done Taekwondo, he's done weapons, and now he's moved into where the people are wanting to go. That is more of a mixed combination of martial arts, which adds boxing and everything, and that's where I think the generations add. I try my best. I was just telling my friend that now that I'm 62, I want people to understand that you can do all the physical and the training, but hey, man, martial arts breaks down to soft movement, hard movement, internal, external, and a lot of these newer systems, Tai Chi is not really interesting that or putting interest to them. So
Oh, I got it. So they rather have the kung fu. They rather learn to be the new Steven Seagal or Chuck Norris or Bruce Lee, right? I mean, they want to do something like that, right? Exactly.
man, you're in the 90s, dude.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't even know who the hell is in it right now, right? So what do I know?
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, Chuck Norris. I mean, I bet he can still kick ass, right? I mean, what the hell? I bet he can still. Nick, let me ask you though, playing in Chicago, the bars in Chicago, even though the scene is different, is it because there's, like you said, there's not much venues out there, and you still get that same rush when you play?
Oh yeah. Not to put I every time I get on stage, and you know it, right? If we do it for people to go out, get ready at home, going, I'm gonna go see Tony Ocean, or I'm going to go see the Ultimate Bon Jovi. And for me as a musician, I want whatever I'm doing as a guitar player or whatever, I want them to go out there and be, wow, this is great. And you know how it feels when they give you and the crowd's there. I mean, it's a moment in time that everybody is getting away from the parts of life that, work and family, and they get a chance to just experience the power of music, right? So I never ever go out on stage and not feel elated, and I play for one person.
Yeah, that's what you got to be. No matter there's a million people, whatever it is. I mean, that's how it shows what you are. Nick, you guys ever going to take this show on the road? Come to Chicago at all?
We would. The thing now is with Tristan retiring from the guitar player, we have another guitar player who's great. He plays a great Richie. Yeah, I can do it. I can't take away from my studio because I help run the studio with my son.
Sure.
But yeah, like if there was a show in Chicago, that would be great, man. I would love
Absolutely.
it would be so powerful for me to be able to go to Chicago and see you and everybody and do either the Scorpions or the Bon Jovi.
And do your stuff, man. That would be fantastic. Nick, I want to thank you for your time, buddy. I know you're a busy guy. Thank you for being on. If they want to book, we have a lot of people that listen from Arizona and Mesa and Chandler, certain parts of Arizona. But if they want to book the Ultimate Bon Jovi, how do they do that?
Yeah, they just go to the website's gone now. We're pretty much through Facebook and Instagram. But Ultimate Bon Jovi, you can hit us on Facebook is usually the one that works best for us.
And what if they wanna come and have you as a teacher for Tai Chi? How do they get a hold? Can anybody join?
Yeah. Koklanis Martial Arts.
You got it.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, thank you. That's fantastic, man. Keep up what you're doing, man. And you know what? God bless you, man. Thank you so much for being on the show. Be safe, my brother.
Yeah, dude, I'm glad to see you. I remember you back in the 80s, and I'm giving you a lot of congratulations on everything that's happening for you, my friend.
Thank you, brother. You be safe out there. Thank you, my good buddy Nick, everybody. Give up for Nick, everybody. Ultimate Bon Jovi. Check it out in the Arizona area, man. It's going to be great. Ocean Spit, little show about big things. Again, we need to say our prayers out to the people out in Florida. Crazy what's going on out there. Peter Prado. Mark Goldwood. Mark said, was your neighbor at one time, Nick? What do you know? So he says hello. God bless you. Yeah, you know what? We got to talk to Ron Onesti from the Arcada Theater, and maybe we can get your Ultimate Bon Jovi band out here, which would be kind of cool.
I would love it. Yeah,
That would be cool.
Maybe you could play with us. Do a set, man. Before
Yeah,
that would
it'd be cool,
Poncho,
brother.
right? Yeah, the whole
We'd have a lot of fun. Thank you, Nick. Have a great day, folks. All right, Ocean Spit, little show about big thugs. Here's what I don't understand also, folks. We're going to congratulate, of course, everybody out there that's doing hard. Nick Sahaj is the piano man here in Chicago, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the #1 Billy Joel, Elton John tribute act. Nick just won the Emma Jean Tyson Faithful Award. Congratulations to Nick Sahaj, my good buddy, St. Nick. Always doing something, always helping people out, always doing what they can. It's just great. You know what? The new prime minister of Italy, ladies and gentlemen, the prime minister, Giorgio Meloni in Italy. Congratulations. You know, it's kind of said, I mentioned this on the show yesterday. They can count all the votes in one night. How come we can't do that here in the United States? Ever noticed that? We can't do that here in the United States, but we can. So congratulations to Giorgia Meloni, of course, a new female prime minister in Italy, ladies and gentlemen. God bless on that. And I know a lot of people are kind of very happy about that, and I am too, so I'm excited about that. In 1964, folks, according to Life magazine, you can buy an apartment in Marina City, Florida, folks. For one-bedroom apartment was $150 back in 1964, compared to what that apartment must be now with inflation. Congratulations to your recent nomination down in Nashville. Well, thank you, Tim. Tim Seaton, folks, of the Illinois Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and beautiful Route 66 in Joliet or Joliet, depends on how you pronounce it, where you're from. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. Puerto Rico, our prayers out to everybody in Puerto Rico and Cuba. The power out completely. They still have no power out in Puerto Rico or Cuba. It's just horrible out there what's going on here, folks. Good news about Chicago. There's 4 major schools that were in the top 10 rated for the national schools in Chicago, which at least they're trying to keep something with the teachers to keep our students learning, because our younger generation is actually what it is. 2 things define you, ladies and gentlemen. 2 things in life define you. Your patience when you have nothing, and your attitude when you have everything. Because when you have everything, or you're to that point where you can help people out and you don't, it needs to be important that you go out and do help people. So that's what defines you, your character as a person. And I'm very blessed to be around great people like that. It's very, very important, folks. Well, someone was saying about the bottles of water. They were at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. The bottle of water at the bar at the Bellagio, it was in Las Vegas, folks, is $27 for a bottle of water at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. $27 for a bottle of water. I'm still laughing about the guy locked in the bathroom yesterday. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, if you missed the show yesterday. Yeah, they need a key card to get out of the bathroom now. There's some offices. But I think, the reason why I think Danny Mazzi, I hope you're doing, buddy, from Armando's grocery stores in the Chicagoland area, folks. Hoping you and Robin still celebrating your anniversary. But yeah, it's into water bottle. I mean, it's crazy the prices of what's going on there. Stock market down $7.6 million, folks, since President Joe Biden has took over. We have $7.6 million. The stock market has went down. 401k is down. It's just crazy, folks. It really is. I don't know. All right, here's a question of the day, folks. Oh, another thing, according to Fox News, President Joe Biden's first lawsuit to block the student loan forgiveness plan. There's been one lawsuit already put against President Joe Biden to stop that. For him to do this forgiveness thing for the people, to get rid of the student loans for a certain amount of people, folks, they're going to spend over $400 billion. That's B as in boy, $1 billion, ladies and gentlemen. Where is that money coming from? Where is that money coming from? And we're going to end up paying for that money. That's the part that's scaring me, ladies and gentlemen. All right, question of the day. You need to get to the airport. Now, how many people ask their friends to drive them to the airport? O'Hare, Midway. Right now you have Uber, you had taxis, whatever it was, limo, whatever it is. But it's kind of hard to ask one of your buddies, hey, man, can you drop me off to the airport? I've done it a few times. I have no problem helping out a friend. But sometimes people find that very hard to say, hey, man, can you take me to the airport? What do you know? I don't know. Question of the day. We got some birthdays here today, folks. So let's talk about some birthdays. Roy McCampbell, of course, McCampbell Law, for great attorney in the Chicagoland area, and a good friend. Roy celebrates a birthday today. Randy Bachman. Randy Bachman, originally with the band, of course, BTO, Bachman Turner Overdrive. He was also with the Guess Who. Randy Bachman celebrates a birthday. BJ Murray, birth out there, buddy. Happy 100th birthday to your mom up in heaven, man. Happy birthday, my good buddy BJ Murray's mom. Sean Cassidy, 70s heartthrob, celebrates a birthday. One of the listeners to Ocean's Pit, Patrick Haig, celebrates a birthday yesterday. Gary Morris from the TV show Mission Impossible celebrates a birthday today. And from the Lady of the Lake, the great Jane Meadows. Of course, she's the older sister of Audrey Meadows, who was with the Honeymooners, Jackie Gleason. Jane Meadows. William Conrad, of course, great actor, originally on Gunsmoke, celebrates a birthday today. And how about 167 years old today, the Morton Arboretum. The Morton Arboretum is 167 years old today. Started in September 27th, 1855. 1855. Happy birthday to the Morton Arboretum. It's beautiful up there. I've been with the flowers and the wildlife. It's fantastic. It's Wednesday, the 28th of September. Let's see. ABC, according to the polls, according to ABC News, folks, 74% of Americans think that the Democrats have ruined this economy. 74%, according to ABC, have said the Democrats have ruined the economy. And all I can say, folks, whether you're Democrat or Republican, right now the world is to shit, and it's got to get better. I don't know how it's going to get better, but it's got to be. Talking about old television shows, we were talking about Gunsmoke and all the great television shows. Lucille Ball yesterday, we talked about a little bit. One of the great shows that aired 68 years ago today, September 27th, 1954, The Tonight Show aired with the host, of course, Steve Allen, and later on, of course, became even more popular with the great Johnny Carson. I have not watched late night since Johnny Carson retired. Don't care for Fallon. Don't care for any of these jerk-offs. Don't care for them because they take things a little differently. It's not like it used to be. Some of these stars don't care. Some of these co-hosts, they all talk their political views or whatever it is. You know what? When you were the Tonight Show used to be the best. Never got into politics, never got into whatchamacall, but Johnny Carson knew how to talk to the people. Very, very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. With everything going on crazy in this world, we're hoping that you guys are getting by and making it work. A lot of people now, they're saying 70% of people now in America have to get a second income. 70% of the people in America are getting a second income right now because they can't make it on what's going on right now. We talked yesterday about Honda and a social media page called Vroom, where people are buying their cars from something called Vroom. They order it online and then you get the car in the mail. It's like ordering a package. Unfortunately, some of these people have been buying these cars on Vroom. 2 years later, they still have not got titles. They still do not have titles for their vehicles. So the big lawsuits on that. And Honda is one of the companies right now. So let's just see what happens with that, folks. I don't know. ABC, you know how much I love animals. I talk about animals all the time, folks. The woodpeckers. I know it's kind of crazy how we go from one extreme to the other with these conversations, but the woodpecker always used to peck on the wood, always on the tree. Wonder what they're doing, what they're saying. Of course, it's them singing. It's them throwing out mate calls for other to get, to mate. So pretty interesting about the woodpeckers and a lot of other animals we like talking about here on Ocean's Pit. Hey, tomorrow is Thursday. Of course, my lovely wife, Laura Ocean, will be my guest tomorrow, co-host. And we always have a lot of fun when Laura's on the line. Favorite lines to jingles and commercials. You see the commercials these days, it's just not like it used to be, the commercials. There's no slogans anymore. There's no jingles anymore. They used to be out, used to always remember these great jingles, and that's what I used to love about the old television. It's just not there. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. According to CDC, masks are being dropped from retirement homes and nursing homes, and the CDC said it's okay to remove the masks. Some people were stirring with, but I noticed in the hospital still, people are still wearing masks, but the CDC are trying to drop that up and get rid of the masks. Sometimes I don't mind when I see people, when you still see people walking around with masks sometimes in their cars by themselves or whatever they feel. Here's the way I look at that. To some degree, some people might still believe in the craziness that's going on. The second thing, I think they must have some health issues. They want to protect themselves. So I can understand that. But then there's also some other people that just, you got to look at them and say, I don't know why, especially when they're in the car by themselves. It's kind of weird shit. But to each his own, ladies and gentlemen, to each his own. According to the COVID vaccine shot, if people still getting it, a temporary alter the menstrual system to women. According to if you're getting this vaccine, it might have already happened if you got the vaccine in the past. Liz Cheney says if Donald Trump is a nominee, she will not be a Republican anymore. Well, Liz Cheney, I don't know what to tell you, honey. I'm sorry, but who cares? Liz Cheney, who cares? I said congratulations to the New York Yankees clinching the AL East. We're excited about that, folks. We're going to talk briefly right now. Again, I did talk to a couple of friends of mine in Florida. Greg Rini, we talked to, of course, who was on the show sometimes. I did some shows with Greg. I tried to get him on the show today for an update. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, with the winds, 155 miles an hour winds, they're losing their power. He didn't know if he'd be able to stay on. So I did ask Greg Rini to be on the show. But unfortunately, he had to pass, and you can't blame him right now. Our prayers just going out there. My mother-in-law in nursing home just got COVID again. She doesn't wear masks, but employees do. And yes, she got the damn shot. Yeah. Well, we're gonna be fighting that question for many, many years, Carol. But I hope your mother-in-law is okay. That's what it is, folks. Hate crimes. You guys remember the New York man, African-American man who alleged beat up an older lady. You've seen it on videotape a few years ago. According to Fox News, this man was finally sentenced to 17 years in prison. I never understood something called a hate crime. I never understood why people have to beat up things that are not the same or you're not comfortable with. Ladies and gentlemen, the way this world is right now, does it make a difference what color, what race, what religion, what your sexual thing is? I know it's not for everybody, but people don't need to be beat up about this shit. We need to make peace in this world, man. We need to make peace in this world, and I just don't see it. I don't see it. And even though people are saying a new regime, even if the Republicans take the House and Senate back in November, or if Donald Trump runs with DeSantis, if they do run, even if there's a new regime, it's going to take many years to get everything back to where it was 2 years ago. So it's going to be a tough battle, folks. And I know politics is not what we're talking about, folks. But what's important right now is just to try to get along with everybody. It really is. It's important. And that's the problem that we're having. It really is. And I'm hoping things change. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Tomorrow, my lovely wife, of course, Laura Ocean will be on. We got Rosario's tonight. Tomorrow, Moretti's in Edison Park. Friday, Chicago Prime. And Saturday, Broken Oar with my new rock band, Mojo's Jukebox, from 2 to 6. And then 8 o'clock, I'll be at Lucky Lulu's in Prairie Grove, which is near the McHenry area. We're going to cut the show a little short today, folks. But before we go, let's not forget to thank two other sponsors, of course, Portillo's fundraisers. Our son just got back from Texas after being gone for 12 days. You know, they don't have certain parts of Texas don't have a Portillo's where he's going to, but they're opening a brand new one up. So they went out with something called like a beef shack, like an ice cream truck, and they went around and gave free samples to everybody. And the reaction was enormous. People were so excited for a Portillo's to be out in Texas. It's going to be exciting. So, but Portillo's also do fundraisers, folks, for nonprofit organizations. So if you're interested, give our son Joe a call at 224-636-3646 or look him up at JFank at Portillos.com. Last but not least, Patriot Funding Incorporated. That's Dave Antonelli out of Roselle, Illinois. Commercial money lending at its finest. When timing is everything, Patriot Funding Incorporated. Give them a call at 630-676-4730, everybody. Very, very important. All right, everybody. Want to say thank you guys so much for watching the show today. Also, thank you to our guest, Nick Clanis, folks, from the Ultimate John Bon Jovi Tribute Band from Arizona. And always a good guy, folks, and great entertainer, especially if you love that old Bon Jovi stuff, the great music of the 70s and 80s, which I do. So it's fantastic. Folks, we're going to leave you with one last thing. Don't forget, thank you for supporting local establishments, live entertainment. Thank you, man, to buy local and shop local, as my good friend Danny Mazzi says. And guys, remember the great words of Ringo Starr: peace and love, peace and love. Tomorrow, my co-host will be the new, of course, Laura Ocean, my wife. We're working on something to revamp the Ocean's Pit, making it better, folks. We're coming up with new ideas to try to improve the show more, to get more viewers and more interesting people and get some more guests. But thank you for supporting the show. I appreciate it very much. I want you all to have a great day out there. And please be kind to everybody. God bless you, everybody. The great words of Ringo Starr: peace and love. Peace and love. Have a great afternoon, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See you later from time.